Hi friends, welcome to Let's Go Car Cruising. My name's Mark and I'm a certified car nut. I go to car shows, cruise nights, cars and coffees, anything where there's automobiles and wheels, and I get the stories because the stories are where it's at. Today we're at beautiful Waters Farm for their annual weekend, but Sunday is the car show at Waters Farm Days to raise money for the historical preservation of the farm. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, click the like, hit the subscribe, and ring that notification bell because you're not going to want to miss the cool stuff I got coming. Still got a couple car shows left for the season, and we're having a great time. So we're going to get to it. We're going to see some cars, and let's go car cruising. We got the crew here, George and Wayne and Art and me. All right, we're here with Mike, and Mike's got this really sharp
69 Nova.
69 Nova, okay.
Yep. So the car was completed 5 or 6 years ago in Sacramento, California. The car was predominantly built out there. It went through Barrett-Jackson in 2018.
Okay.
And then we bought it a few years later from a guy in Montana that bought it. And then we got it from him, and we changed a few things. We've done our own flavors to it. And but the car has been done since 18. It's got an LS7 in a 6-speed transmission out of a mildly crashed 2015 Z01 Camaro. So the interior, the seats, the front seats, the back seats, and the engine and transmission came out of a 2015 Camaro. And then it's got a Speed Tech suspension setup front and back, air conditioning, power windows.
Oh. You gotta have the creature comforts.
That's it.
And it goes like stink.
It drives very nice down the road. It goes fast. Drives 80 miles an hour down there, just one finger on the steering wheel, and drives really smooth. So it's a great driving and riding car.
Wow. So what's up next?
We're gonna put a supercharger on it this winter.
Just because, right?
Yeah, just because. The Wegner company called Wegner. They make superchargers and front drive kits. So it'll be underneath the hood. It's LSA supercharger, but that's what it's going to add another couple 100 horsepower. That's our plan for this winter.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for telling the story of the car, taking the time, and enjoy the day out here because we don't have many of these left.
Oh, it's a nice day.
It's a great time.
Yeah, what a great show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Take a walk. I've been busy. I haven't gotten out of the first row. So we'll just take a walk and we'll show off some cars, and we'll find some people to get some cool stories of. All right, folks, we're here with Bob, and Bob's got this really sharp 67 Camaro, he calls it. Yeah. And it's eye-popping, Bob. It's just a beautiful car. It caught my eye, and I had to stop and say hello. Tell me about the car. How long have you had it?
Since 1971. So
really?
So what's that? 53 years.
So you built it?
90% of it.
Right.
I had to have some help with some wiring. I didn't want any fires, and welding aluminum and a few design things to for the dash and stuff.
Well, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about the car.
It's a 67 Camaro. Wasn't an SS or an RS or anything, just a stock Camaro, and like I say, I've had it since 1971. I paid $700 for it. It had 105,000 miles on it, and it was very tired.
Wow.
So I worked on it off and on, kept working on it, and then I decided to make it do it, the best I could, and ended up debuting in January 1992 on a turntable at World of Wheels at the South Entrance.
Wow.
So like this, and then since it's been like this, I've put 120,000 miles on it. Well, 119 and change. So
you drive the wheels off it?
Yes, I've been to Florida 3 times, Canada 3 times, Indianapolis, Virginia, Tennessee, everywhere east of the Mississippi.
Well, that's awesome.
So for shows and stuff.
So what's that big chrome lump under the hood?
That's a 454 with a 671 BDS blower.
So it gets it down the road nice.
Oh yeah, yeah. And these hook up nice too.
Wow, yeah, big meats.
18.5s, 18.5 inches wide, tubbed out, full frame. The original subframe in it. Like I say, the original parts left over on it now, probably 425,000 miles on them. and but there's not too many. But
Well,
did the
that's
whole thing,
awesome.
every square quarter inch, not every square inch, every square quarter inch I did on this car, as you can tell by walking around with
That's
the finish and
awesome.
everything.
Well, congratulations on a beautiful job, Bob. It's beautiful, and thanks for taking the time
Thanks.
to say hi and tell me about it. And
Yeah.
enjoy the rest of the day and
yeah.
what we have left for our show season. But you can head south.
Okay.
Thanks.
No, I'm around here.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Wagon here. Ooh, nice looking Ford. Don't see many of them like that in New England. They rusted up to the door handles. So we're here with Amy, and Amy's going to tell me about the 58 Chevy Impala, and it is just gorgeous, Amy. I love it.
Thank you very much. Had it for about 20 years.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, my husband did all the work on it. And it's just a driver. We really like to take it out.
And people love to see it, so thank you for taking it out.
Yeah, I think these old cars are works of art.
They really are.
And we got our children involved and now our grandchildren. So it's really a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to say hi and tell me about the car, and I'm glad you enjoy the heck out of it. And continue to do that because it's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
A cute little 63 Nova convertible, and it's got the 6-cylinder still in it. So many of those became SSV8 cars. It's nice to see one left original. 67 Camaro, 70 GTO. Oh, that's one that I want someday too. So many cars, so little time, and not enough money. But we'll see what we can do. 1942 Jeep, which means World War II. With the big time machine gun mount. Not a telephone, it's a radio. That's 42. Wow, it's a real early one. And this big bad boy, and this takes a serious commitment to save these because they don't fit in a regular garage. All right, we're here with Bob, and Bob's going to tell me about his little red Cobra. So, how long have you had this one, Bob?
37 years.
Wow! So, did you build it?
I did.
So, what'd you start with?
What did I start with?
Yeah, what is it? What kind of kit is it?
It's an NAF, North American fiberglass, out of Arizona,
Okay.
and it started just like anybody else would.
Right from scratch, right?
Yeah, right from.
Now, did they sell the frame and all that
Yeah,
with it?
frame came
Okay.
with it. Yeah.
And what's
it takes time.
Right,
You
right,
can't
yeah.
just throw these things together, and to do it. Of course, everybody that builds one always has their own idea of what they want.
Sure.
So, other than the fact that it is a Cobra and it looks just like one, which it's supposed to,
Yep.
you put your own finishing touches and everything to it.
Sure.
So the motor is different, this and that. I built the motor, the interior, had it done. I didn't paint the car. That's the only roughly
Okay.
thing I did not do.
Sure.
I figured I'd leave that up to somebody that knew what they were doing.
That's a good choice a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right, right. So what is the motor?
It's a 351 bored out to a 408 stroker.
Okay. So it gets down the road. It's a light little car.
Oh yeah. It plenty of power for a 2,000-pound car.
Yep. We've seen you around a lot, and glad I finally got a chance to say hi and continue to enjoy the hell out of it because that's what they're for.
Well, I plan on it.
There you go.
Anyways, somebody asked me if I ever going to sell it. I says, no, I don't think so. The kids will end up with it.
Yeah. Let them decide.
Yeah, and then after I'm gone, it makes no difference.
Right.
So
And again, thank you for your service.
you're welcome.
So have a great day, Bob. It's good talking to you. Good to see you, and we'll catch you again.
Okay, thank you.
That's awesome. Go ahead. Got a couple of AMXs here. This one's custom a little bit. but two-seater, a lot of power. And this one's kind of stock, restored, really sharp. Two-seat AMX. All right, folks, we're here with Todd, and Todd's got this really cool Mustang. So tell me about this one, Todd. What year is it?
This is a 1967 GT Fastback Mustang.
Okay.
And it's got a cool story behind it. It's been in my family the majority of my whole life. So I grew up with the car with my dad. It was my dad's car, and he primarily drag raced the car.
Ooh.
So it was always garaged, and but we, like I said, it was pretty much, we went to New England Dragway and back with it.
Wow.
And he passed away in 1995, and he left me the car, and of course I have an emotional attachment to it. And so since I got it, the car's been restored, and but I kept to the original vision of my dad's, and it's got a extremely rare Boss 351 engine, which was from 1971.
Okay.
And it was only made for a few months for drag racing.
Cool. Who built that for you?
And Gus Idema built the motor.
And fill us in on who Gus Idema was, because I know and you know, but...
Okay, Gus Idema was a famed engine builder and race car driver of the Harford Dragon Snake, Cobra. And he was the service manager, correct, at Harford.
In Worcester, Mass.
In Worcester, Massachusetts.
There you go.
So he really had a gift of building race engines, and when he would build the motor, we'd go to the track and he'd say, "Don't touch anything," and we'd just win, win, win.
There you go. That's the best part.
Yeah, everybody else would be, tuning their engine and stuff. We'd just arrive at the track, back it off the trailer, and take care of business.
There you go. Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to say hi, Todd. I appreciate it. And I love the legacy, the family legacy of the car. That's the best part. The stories are awesome.
Excellent.
Thanks. Have a great day now.
Excellent.
All right, folks. We're here with Christina. And your last name?
I'm Christina Jackson.
Okay, Christina. Nice to meet you. We've chatted a couple times, and we've talked about the show. Tell me about the show.
Well, this is the 4th year that we've done it in Bruce's memory.
Okay.
Bruce was my stepfather, and he passed away in 21. And since then, we've been holding it here, enjoying beautiful Waters Farm. And he had actually started this show in 2014. And I would say, I believe the last record I have from one of his boxes that he saved was from 2019. And he had about 152 cars, I believe. And this year, we've registered well over 300 cars, 310. What we do find, though, is many of the cars just come and enjoy the day.
Sure.
There's so much going on here at Waters Farm.
Absolutely.
And we have a gorgeous day. Look at this.
Oh, you can't much.
And
we're not going to get much more of them, so we better enjoy them while we can,
the
right?
foliage.
Yeah.
There's so much activity between the tractor pull. There's food vendors. There's a petting zoo, a jumpy thing for kids. It's a great time for family.
Awesome. Well, thank you for continuing that in his memory. Did he have cars? And was he a car guy?
Oh my gosh, it was Mopar or no car.
Okay.
Yes, that's the way to go. When he passed, we had to get rid of 12 cars.
Wow.
Yes, everything from a Rambler to a 32 Plymouth Roadster.
Awesome.
So, and all points in between. So, lots of cars, and he loved to talk to people about cars.
So we're talking about him, talking about people about cars. So
yes.
How cool is that, right?
Exactly.
Awesome.
He would be so happy.
That's right. It's the stories.
Exactly.
It's the stories that matter. So
yeah, he used to do a trophy for a hard luck at his shows. I try to bring a positive vibe and get rid of the hard luck ones.
Okay.
But we always have great stories about cars here. So
awesome.
And I know you'll meet lots of people today.
Oh, I'm having trouble getting out of the first row. So thanks again, Christina. I really appreciate you taking the time to say hi. And continued success with the show. And I've been here a few times and going to keep coming back.
Awesome. See you next year.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here with Joe, and Joe's going to tell us about this really sweet 49 Cadillac. So tell me the story of this one, Joe.
Okay. When I was a kid way back when in the 50s, my late dad came home one day with a 49 Cadillac. People call them fastbacks, but it's actually a club coupe.
Okay.
So I always wanted another one. So in 1994, 30 years ago this year, I happened to be at the Rhinebeck, New York car show and swap meet, and lo and behold, this was in the car corral for sale. So $3,600 later, I owned it. It was a one-owner car. A lady owned it in Brewster, New York, and it had 1981 stickers on it. Her husband had passed away, and she kept it all those years and decided finally that she wasn't going to do anything with it. So I ended up buying it, and I drove it for 4 years as it was, and took it apart in 1998, and then there was no turning back. We did a 7-year ground-up restoration on it. And it was Murphy's Law all the way. Everything from my engine getting stolen by the engine guy that was going to rebuild it.
Oh man!
Tracking it down and getting the engine back through the courts. I mean, it was a nightmare.
Oh, that's
but
awful.
We persevered in 2005, finished it up, and this is not a trailer queen. It's been trailered twice. Once to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and once to New Jersey for the National Cadillac Club show and the AACA meet. I drove this car to Buffalo, New York and back. In 2014, there was an AACA meet at the University of Buffalo and didn't skip a beat. It took me 10 hours each way. But the problem is, every time I'd stop for a quick break, it would turn into 20 minutes because everybody knowing had seen something like this. One guy from New Hampshire pulled in and he said, I was hoping you're going to pull in. He said, you went by me, you're going 85 miles an hour. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was going that fast. And because you don't see these even at National Cadillac shows. It's a pretty rare car now.
Okay. Well, it's beautiful, Joe.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate it, and I know some Cadillac guys, and I bet you they'd drool over it as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So congratulations on a great job, and I'm happy that you get out and you enjoy it, drive the wheels off it, and thanks for bringing it today
they're meant to be driven,
to share with people, and enjoy the rest of your day, and
thank you.
We'll catch you on the road.
Great.
Thank you.
You have a great day.
Look at this Cadillac. Wow. Black. Beautifully restored. Whew. 58 Caddy. 4 doors. Room for the family and the extended family and a couple of friends. And the ones you didn't like, it's a 60 special. The ones you didn't like would fit in a trunk. Wow, Fleetwood. Isn't that amazing? What a beautiful car. All right, so we're here with Rory, and Rory's got the 34 Chevrolet Roadster. So tell me about this one, Rory.
This was my dad's. It's an Australian-built Roadster, South Australia.
Really?
They only made 31 of these cars, and there's probably 12 in the world exist as of today. There's a lot of wood in the frame with a lot of added metal to the reinforcement of the stiffness of the body. It was like a 3-year build. But before that, my dad, we found it in California. My dad built it back in the 70s.
Okay.
And I inherited it about 10 years ago. I drove for first few years originally, stock original, 6-cylinder in line. And then I've always been in hot rods, so it got hot rodded out up in Back Bay Customs up in Maine.
I see. Okay, awesome. So you drive it and you have a ball with it?
Yeah, it's a good driving car, open highway, yep.
And it's really rare, so that's cool. Well, thanks, Rory. Thanks for telling me about it, and continued success and enjoyment, and have a ball with it. I love the story.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. Some more Mustangs. Hurst Olds. Cool cars. 50th anniversary Corvette. It's a 1973 Mini. This is what they started out as. Really small, compact. Now this one's a right-hand drive. I guess you could convert them rather easily because the gauge pod's in the middle. And I actually met someone who bought one and converted it, and he said it was really easy. Really cool little car. I think I've seen this one before at Bass Pro Shops, but it's got a Viper. Yikes. That must make this a lot of fun. So it's a 63 Bonneville Safari. And it is really cool. I'm sorry I'm in the shadow. But I learned how to drive on my mom's 69 Bonneville. Almost the same color green. Didn't have a white top, but it had a 428 4 barrel. I'm not sure what this one is, but this is very nicely done. The wagons are cool. Quite desirable cars. Here with Ned, and I asked him if he had any Grey Poupon.
But of course.
Yeah, how many times do you hear that, right?
Well, almost every show, multiple times.
So what is this here? Tell me all about it.
This is a 1966 Rolls-Royce Phantom V touring limousine.
Okay.
So it had been like a private limousine, not like a modern stretch limousine for 6 or 8 people. This
Sure.
had been built primarily for like a wealthy couple, could afford to have a chauffeur and et cetera.
Okay. So as we were talking, the amenities are in the back, not the front.
Yeah, in the back you have quite a complement of things. There's a bar with cocktail requisites, folding picnic tables, folding footrest, adjustable reading lights. There's a full ladies' vanity, they call it, with a sterling silver brush, comb, mirror, etc. I'm probably forgetting something. There's a notepad and cigar case and clothes brush and
Sure.
champagne flutes.
Really?
So about everything you can imagine if you were going out to go in high style.
Sure. So how did you come about this car?
I'd looked a long time. This is a fairly rare model, first off, and I'd looked a long time. And finally the planets aligned and one was available somewhat within our price range. And actually we located up in Maine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, not too far away.
Awesome. So did you have to restore it or pretty much like it is?
We've done a little with it.
Okay.
It was largely, as you see here, was in pretty darn good shape.
Okay.
The people that had it for quite a long time, family up there, the fella actually had multiple homes. He was a wealthy gentleman, and he had taken pretty good care of it. He'd had it about 30 years, and taken good care of it. And we did redo the finish on the woodwork and re-chrome the bumpers and some mechanical issues.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, beautiful car, Ned. I thank you for taking the time to tell us about it, and have a great day. And thank you for bringing it out and to share it with others because it's a part of history and it's an important car.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy sharing it.
Lots of custom stuff. 65 Falcon Futura. This Ford cab over. Nice custom 1948 Cadillac. I've interviewed this owner before up at Kimball's. Sweet custom, and it is all custom. Beautiful job. Got this customed out 57 Chevy. Two-door hardtop. Got the 57 Nomad.
That's what I did on the way.
This Chrysler 62 Newport. Wow. That's enormous. A lot of sheet metal there. And we have 69 Roadrunner. Go fast cars. Looks like a 41 pickup truck. And a 40 Ford Deluxe 5-window coupe. I think I've seen this one before. Custom 37. Chevy pickup. And this thing is serious. That's got trouble written all over it. I'm trying not to break an ankle with the holes in the field here. But that is serious engine with a enormous turbo. So next to it, something completely different. A little Valiant Signet. I'm not sure. Got a newer V8 in it. Just a cool little car. A Valiant 100, which was probably the base model. Plain Jane interior, but nicely done. Automatic on the column. Post coupe. Plain Jane, put a motor in and go fast. Get under the hood on this beautiful Cadillac. It's a flathead 8-cylinder, and this is a 41 pre-war car. Wow, gorgeous. See what we can take a look inside. Got the window down a little bit. I can sneak a view inside. Terrific. All right, we're here with Frank, and Frank's going to tell us about this 64 Chevy Nova. And I like 64s because that was my year of manufacture.
Okay, very good. This is a car I bought 11 years ago. I took and stripped off all the paint right down to bare metal and straightened the body the best I could. And, you know, a little Bondo here and there to fill in where I had welded in little patches.
Sure.
The car's originally from California, so it had very little rust on it.
Best way to start with one.
Yeah, so it was a 3-year project, and I painted it Viper red at home in my garage.
Wow.
So it was a retirement project.
Sure.
And you know, I painted the bumpers just to be a little different. Put on a stripe here on the hood, along with on the back.
Oh, that's sharp.
So just to be a little different again, because it's not a stock car per se.
Right.
Because it's got a V8 in it. It came originally with a 6.
Okay.
The interior in it was actually done in 1990 at a shop in California.
Oh.
And it held up very well, so I've left it. All I do is clean it, take care of it. Same with the car, I clean it all the time. You know, I don't really wash it, I just clean it after car shows.
Sure.
And we have a good time on it. My wife and I, we go to car shows just about every day. So we enjoy it. We have a great time out at all these shows. So.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, and this show here was a lot bigger than I expected, and a lot of beautiful cars. So
I was here 2 years ago, and it wasn't this big, but good shows grow.
Yes, they
do. The word gets
yeah,
around,
yeah,
and the good shows grow. So.
Yeah, I just happened to find this on a flyer on Facebook, and figured I'd check it out. Yeah,
awesome.
Very nice show.
Well, thanks, Frank, for taking the time to say hello and tell me about the car, and we'll see you out on the road because we cross paths often.
Oh yeah, we'll see you around.
Have a ball.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
I'll get the side of this one. It's a 51 Mark custom. They're getting close to 400 cars here, as you just said. And I haven't seen all of them yet, so I guess I better get going. So this is a 1950 Packard station sedan. They didn't call it a station wagon, a station sedan with real wood on the sides and the added area in the back for your cooler and your radio and the 2-piece tail. Isn't that cool? And it looks pretty original, and that's awesome. They're only original once. Ask a man who owns one is the Packard slogan. Hey, how about this little VW Bug? Down on the ground. Really cool. We'll take a look inside. Custom shifter. And goes down the road. What a fun little car. I got a 64 Malibu SS. And it's a drag car. Cage. Interior. Switches, shifter. And Dart is a name to be reckoned with. And it is for sale. So I'll get you the info on that. I'll take a picture of that. If you're interested, there's the number. Real pretty red car. Bet you it goes like stink too. Okay, well, we're here with Mike, and he says he's got a long story about this one, Mike. So tell me about it. It's a 53
olds 88, just basic 4-door. The story is, a friend of mine that I grew up with wrote a screenplay decades ago, and he went and did things the way you're supposed to. He went to college, got a real job, and he got to a point in his life where he retired. He was able to afford to produce his own movie. And he called me one day and said, I need an old car from the 50s or 60s with a giant trunk. So I said Cadillac, Fords, whatever. Calls me back a few weeks later, says I bought a 53 Olds. So I said, well, why'd you need a big trunk anyway? He said, well, I got to fit 3 bodies in it. Oh, okay, makes sense.
Okay.
Anyway, he made a movie. It was called Middleman. Independent film, with a really good film. You can see it on YouTube. I mean, whatever, online. But,
Netflix or something like that, or yeah, okay.
Really good movie. But then the car sat in LA for a couple of years after, and I asked him what he was doing with it. He said, I got to get rid of it. So I said, you want to ship it out here? I'll store it for you forever. And this is the good part. He says, you can store it, but you got to drive it. All right.
Yeah, twist my arm.
So it wasn't really driving when I got it. It had a lot of little things, but now it's a real nice driver. Bone stock.
That's it.
Never been touched from LA. It's amazing working under this. I'm used to rotted junk. Just you get under there, every bolt comes out, every piece is still under there where it's supposed to be. It's not rotted to death. Fun car.
The way it should be.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, Mike. Thanks for taking the time to say hello. And we cross paths a lot, but we'll catch up with you back at home.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day.
I'll interview you someday about your Corvette.
There you go. All right.
On
Deal. Cute little S10. I shouldn't say cute. It's cool. It's missing something under there, though. And it's decaled up really nice. The Intimidator. My boy Dale. And that's the noisemaker. Yippee. I think it's a Cadillac motor with a Tornado type of Eldorado transaxle. But what a cool little truck. Get to look at the inside. A lot of craftsmanship here, folks. Nice little truck. Got to get down low for this one. 63 Buick Riviera. And it's down in the weeds. Isn't that sharp? Beautiful car. Oh, in the wheels. Down in the weeds. Sweet. We'll come back and we'll take a look. What a nice original style interior. Just beautifully done. Love the white. Here's another 67 GT. Fastback. Really sharp wheels on it. They look nice. Black interior. No console on the roof though. 4-speed in it. And big time 390 lump. There you go. Lots of grunt there. Got to catch this one, folks. This is unique. I'm not even sure what it is. I think it's a General Motors product of some sort. Somebody will tell me. And leave a comment in the box below. Sweet car. I can't believe I almost missed this one. Yes, this is an infamous Yugo. Made in Yugoslavia. Little 4-cylinder. Not known for reliability or longevity or quality of manufacture, but $39.90 back in, what year was it? 87. Inexpensive transportation. You just never see these. This is really cool. I can't get over it. And no owner here to talk about it, but just basic transportation, fit the family in. All right, folks, that's about it for today. I think I've done a pretty good job of showing you what's here at the Waters Farm in Sutton, Massachusetts, and Waters Farm Days. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up for the like, hit the subscribe, and ring that notification bell, and there's more cool stuff to come. I really appreciate all the support, the warm welcomes, the people greeting me, and the well wishes and everything. The positive support has been just overwhelming, and I really appreciate it. It's very heartfelt. Thank you very much. Get your cars out and use them, folks. There's still time left. Weekends, there's still a couple car shows going on around, and get them out before we have to tuck them away up here in New England. But fear not, there's more stuff to come for the channel. I do not say adios, and we'll see you in April. Content might not be as frequent, but we're going to have good stuff for you all winter long. So again, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified when I put something cool up, and you're not going to want to miss it. So until then, we'll see you, and let's go car cruising.